Okay, so we just made a cover art for the bq.POV Daily Podcast Show, which is going to be renamed the BQ Daily Show. And I just made the cover art for Spotify, and I guess all platforms. And it's pretty cool, actually. It's not something I've ever seen before, and I'm proud of that aspect of it. And it pretty much it has the entire description of the show on the cover. And it's all black. So it's a black background. Well, it's very, 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 very dark gray because I don't really care for black. I think it's dark gray. It's much better. It's more appealing. It's just me, but I designed it so that it is black on black, essentially. So it's very dark gray. And then there's font over it that's a little bit lighter gray. And then within that font, some of it is shaped and highlighted in the form of bq.daily. And so, that being said, what it reads, and you'll see it if you're listening, I guess, because by the time this goes up, it'll be changed. Because, like I've said, I didn't waste any time designing any kind of cover or just figuring out a name. I literally started by finding a white letter B on Google Images, and then naming the show Bcast. And that was just so I could start, and I could just keep moving, and I didn't have to worry about a logo or anything. It was just so I could start. That's what I did. And so now that we're approaching episode 100, I would like to change it, because this is a new phase. It's a new chapter. It's a new chapter in the whole thing, and I'm very excited about that. So we changed it. I'm going to go ahead and read it to you, actually. I'm actually going to adjust this a little bit. Give me one sec here. Just making this look a little bit nicer, a little bit cleaner. Just making it look nicer. I'm trying to figure out what good balance of where I can put this and have it be. I'll figure that out later, actually. So, it says, by the way, this is black on black. You can't easily read it. You'd have to click on it and kind of look at it to read it. So it says, this podcast is a documentation of my life in the context of pursuing the ultimate quest of personal excellence. It is my belief that true happiness and self-fulfillment is only obtained through practicing discipline on a daily basis. It is through the challenges, hardships, and struggles that we build confidence, develop resilience, and forge willpower. Every episode is designed to be in bite-sized pieces so that no matter when you find this podcast, you can quickly catch up. My goal is to reach episode 3,653 without missing. Join me as I document the day-to-day of building a business from the ground up, going through the Live Hard program 10 times, spreading the message of discipline and resilience. Got to fix that. There's not a space. Join me as spreading the message of discipline and resilience and intentionally doing hard shit every day. They say that true hell is when the person you could have been meets the person that you are. My personal mission in life is to make sure those two people are the same exact person. And I challenge you to do the same. And then in white, highlighting the letters in kind of an abstract way, it says BQ Daily. And that is going to be the cover art moving forward. Don't know how long, don't know when that'll stop, and that's got a white border, kind of, just for the sake of looking a little bit not so black. I don't really have a reason. It's just because it looked nice. So yeah, that's that. Got that made. And I actually started making that about 30 minutes ago. When I sat down, I wanted to record the show, but then I got carried away with that. So, whatever. Here we are. So, oh man, dude, fuck social media, huh? That's how we're starting this off. Dude, I don't know, man. It's just lack of self-control. It's all it boils down to. I was laying on my bed. So I put a timer on my phone for Instagram. Put 15 minutes. So once 15 minutes is up, I can't use the app anymore for the day. And it's cool because once that timer goes off, or once that the usage goes off, or whatever you want to call it, it puts a little hourglass on the screen that says, hey, time's up. And I can either ignore it for 1 more minute, 15 minutes, or for the rest of the day. And every time I've always clicked okay, and I end it, hop out, and I'm just going to click on it right now. I'll show you. So I click on it. It says time limit. You've reached your time limit on Instagram, and you just click OK, and then it takes you out of the app. That's it. So I did that with Instagram. I've yet to do that with Facebook, which I should. I don't even know why I have this shit, man. And that's what I'm saying. Fuck am I doing, man? I have so much momentum. I was killing it so hard, and I just, I guess I let the bitch voice win, kind of. I talked about switching gears and stuff. I still feel guilty about it, even though I think it is for the better long term. If I kind of slow my roll a little bit and change gears so that I'm in a high gear, but I'm not pedal to the metal 24/7 and then getting upset when I'm anything less. So that's that. But anyway, I was sitting on my bed. I was scrolling social like a fucking lazy bitch. I really feel that way, dude. What am I doing, But I was scrolling social. And, well, first of all, I was laying on my bed. And I was like, I'm just going to kind of take a chill pill here. I'm just going to hang out, just think. Before you knew it, I was on social media scrolling again. I was like, what the fuck am I doing, dude? So I hopped off social media, and then I went back to laying on my bed. Just finished the book on mental toughness by Andy Frisella. It's a great book. Oh, shit. It's a great book. And it was a great momentum builder, because I finished and I was like, fuck yeah, on to the next one. Because I finished another book, and it's always a great feeling. You can look at the thickness of the book, look at the pages, and know that you read every single word on there. And not only did I read every word on this particular one, but I actively read. I highlighted a lot of text and wrote notes to myself and highlighted key points and circled key ideas or key words or rules of the program that I want, whatever. It was great, and I was a lot more engaged, and I retained a lot more information. And what's really cool about that is I can go back and I can go back and read the book again and see what I was focusing on at the time. And next time I read, I could probably go back with a different color highlighter and highlight it a second time, so it's different from what I got from the first time to the. But anyway, finished all that, so I was laying on my bed again. And in my head, I knew, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to hop on social, just see what's going on. I did that, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to go into the reels. I'm not going to scroll. I just want to see what's going on in the 75 hard group chat. So I click on that, look around at some shit, see some people fighting over some dumb, petty, stupid shit, and I just hopped off, or I hopped out of the group. Lo and behold, landed in the reels, started scrolling, and about 20 later, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And so in that very moment, I threw my phone down, immediately changed to my swimsuit, and went outside, took an ice bath. And, I didn't even pump the brakes. I was just like, fuck, what am I doing, man? I can't let this happen. This can't be going on. I can't let discipline slip out of my hands right now. I've worked so fucking hard to get to this point. What the hell am I doing? And I no exaggeration, and it's not even dramatic, but I threw my phone down, got up, got out of my warm clothes, my hoodie, my sweat shorts, feeling all nice and cozy on my bed with my minky, threw that shit down, got in my swimsuit, went out to the garage, got into a 39-degree ice bath for 5 minutes, and immediately felt 10 times better mentally, and not even attributing to the actual, cognitive benefits of the ice bath. But it was more that I did something hard and I got off my ass and I started executing on something. And since then, I've gotten back inside. I've taken a nice hot shower, which is amazing, Didn't meditate by any means in there, but I sat down and I was just thinking. It was great. It's a great time for me to reflect on some shit because, I just did a really hard thing, which is the ice bath. It's never easy. I never want to do it. I did that, got out, and, sitting in a hot bath, a hot shower, it's nice to reflect. And the reason why I do that, so first of all, I don't give a fuck right now about the enhanced benefits of metabolism or fat or whatever. I don't give a fuck, so that's not why I do it. For me, it's building the discipline and the willpower to do shit that I do not want to do. Because if I can do the shit that I don't want to do with that will transfer into other areas of my life that are more important depending on the circumstances. So if it's really hard for me to get into an ice bath and I continue to do that, for example, I'm on a streak of 61 days as of today. It's January 23rd, 2024, 8:04 p.m. That's going to translate into perhaps business later in life when I really don't want to call someone and make a deal, or I really don't want to answer the phone and negotiate something, or if I really don't want to bring an employee into the office and talk to them about it. It's just going to translate into all areas of life. So that's business, whether that's family, with my future kids, my future what the fuck ever it is, it's going to translate. And that's why I do it. It's to build discipline, resilience, grit, all the shit. And as Andrew Huberman just recently discussed on the podcast with Goggins, you have a thing in your brain called the anterior pre-cingulate, or the pre-cord, fucking, god damn it, what's it called, bro? Anterior prefrontal mid-cingulate cord, there we go, prefrontal mid-cingulate cortex, which is essentially the willpower muscle. I think you can chalk it up to that. It grows when you do stuff you don't want to do, especially when you do stuff you don't want to do that includes moving your body. It's very small in obese people. It's bigger in active people. And it's bigger in people who see themselves overcoming hard shit and doing hard things. And so after discovering that kind of really solidified why I'm doing a lot of what I'm doing. And it, like I said earlier, like I read the fucking cover of this podcast art, whatever. It really is my belief that through that true happiness, emphasis on true happiness and self-fulfillment is only obtained through practicing discipline on a daily basis. And I say that in the utmost confidence of my being, because when I went through Live Hard, when I went through 75 Hard in phase 1, that was the hardest shit that I've done. And I was also the happiest I've ever been. And I was also the most self-fulfilled I had ever been. The most true feeling when I go to bed at night, laying on my bed, knowing that I gave it my all. And I could confidently say that. Hook me up to a lie detector test. If I lie, I lose everything. I could confidently say I've never been more fulfilled in my life than going through all that hard shit on a day-to-day. It's not easy whatsoever, and a lot of days I wanted to quit. But because I didn't quit, I was able to reap the benefits and the rewards of feeling that fulfillment and true happiness. That doesn't mean I don't want to quit all the fucking time. Shit's hard. But I like feeling happy. I like feeling that sense of fulfillment. I like going to bed at night knowing that I did all I could. And I squoze. It's not a word, and I don't give a fuck. From this point on, don't give a fuck. I squoze the most amount of juice out of the lemon that I possibly could. When life gives you lemons, you squeeze the shit out of the goddamn lemon and you get all the juice out you can. Trying to make some lemonade, so can't let it go to waste. What a great parallel for life, Given X amount of time, you can waste it or you can use it. So it's kind of my philosophy with that shit. So yeah. So lo and behold, here we go. Made the cover art for the podcast, for the BQ Daily, that is. Recording episode 96, dude. Can you believe that shit? It's episode 96. Episode 96 didn't even really have a plan. But the only reason why I have a topic for today is because I did some hard shit, dude. It's fucking cool. It's cool how that works out. Just very proud of myself in this moment. So, but I will say, as soon as I'm done recording this, I'm going my ass to bed. So, anyway, it's kind of what's going on right now. So as soon as I end this, I am going to bed. I'm going to touch up this cover art. I'm going to download it. I'm going to kind of make a little mock-up and see what it would look like on the actual podcast itself, and kind of get ready for the transition, because after episode 100, I am going to go to the bite-sized episodes where they are 5 to 10 minutes max. I think I'm leaning towards 5 minutes max, so that you can quickly catch up. Like I said, no matter where you discover the podcast, you'll be able to quickly catch up, because my goal is episode 365 or 3,653. And in case you're wondering what the fuck that number means, well, you take 10 years, because how many days are in a year? 365. Take 10 years, 3,650. And I just so happened to start, 96 days ago. And we have leap year here in a month. So by the time 10 years overlaps, there will be 2 more leap years. That's 3 more episodes. That means episode 3,653. And, if that doesn't say I don't pay attention to the little details, then I don't know what does, because people forget about that shit all the time. People forget that when they, people forget that when they're calculating finances, when they take their monthly income, they don't times it by 13, they times it by 12. And I'm just going to leave it right there. If you don't times your shit by 13 to figure out your annual, you're missing a whole fucking month's worth of checks. And so I'm going to leave that there. If you know, you know. You don't, you don't. I'm just fucking kidding, bro. Who's a dick is going to leave you hanging? Dude, just for quick math, some people really don't know this, and it baffles me. But let's say you make $2,000. For very easy math, you make $1,000 a month. So you times it by 12. That would be, okay, so you get paid bi-weekly 500 biweekly, so that is 1,000 per month times by 12. Obviously, that's 12,000. Oh, but you get 1,000, or you get 500 biweekly. How many weeks are in a year? 52. So if you get that biweekly, divide that by 2. 52 divided by 2 is 26. Easy fucking math. Or well, I meant to say the other way around. 52 divided by 2 is 26. So 26 times 500. That's 13,000, not 12,000. So you're missing out on money. And a lot of people don't fucking know that, and it baffles me, dude. It just goes back to the whole thing of why you waiting to start on a Monday. Monday is a group of days that we decided was a good idea. 7 groups of 24 hours makes a week, and we call it a week, and we say 7's perfect. And then we say from those 7, we're going to put almost 4 exactly into a thing that we call a month. And then in that, we're going to put 12 of those in what we call a year, which is a full rotation of the Earth, which is actually not, because that's why we have leap year. So technically it's off. So you're doing all that because years ago, we bundled this shit up into little fake spans of time and we gave them labels. What the fuck? You know? When you think about it that way, man, like, why would you ever wait for any day or any number of the month or any year? What the fuck are we doing, bro? Time is real, right? The measurement that we measure it in, the measurements that we use to measure time is fake. Doesn't exist. Show me, not in a calendar. Show me the month. A month. Show me. Show me a month. Show me January, for example. Show me Tuesday. Show me that it is Tuesday without a calendar. Like, show me that. Can't, because it's made up. It's fake. It's make believe. It's fake. Hopefully that came across how I wanted to, because otherwise you guys are gonna think I'm crazy. But fuck, I don't give a fuck. So, all right. So, what was I gonna do? So we have episode 100 coming up. After that's going to be bite-sized pieces. That's what I was talking about. That's right. So it's going to be bite-sized pieces, 5 minutes max, maybe 5 to 10, just so that you can come in, discover the shit, and then keep going. And because it's super short, so if they're 2-minute episodes, dude, you could listen to 30 in an hour. You know, people have 2-hour podcast episodes out there, so that's 1 in 2 hours. You could listen to 60 in 2 hours of my shit. So 2 months worth in a day, in 2 hours worth. So you can catch up. So yeah, like I said, the goal is 3,653 right now. We're going to keep on going as long as we can, I think. But again, you know, the first 100 episodes here, there's been a little bit of different rules. I think I'm going to try to find those rules. I wrote them down here. See if I can find them. bq.POV. So rules of the show. Oh, wait, that's not it. Where the fuck is it? Rules of the podcast. Here we go. I wrote this. Looks like November 12th, 2023. It looks like it. I don't know. Yeah, so there's 6 rules. Cannot tell a single person about the first 100 episodes. I must record solo, no guests or bullshitting. Each episode must be a minimum of 20 minutes long. Must have a lesson or valuable takeaway from each episode. Commit to 5 podcasts uploaded per week on Spotify. No edits or cuts unless shit. No edits or cuts unless shit. So, unless I'm taking a shit, I guess is what I'm trying to say. All for the reason, and I have the reason. So, definitely going to be talking about that on episode 100 a lot. So, yeah, man, there's a lot of history in this. It's cool, man. So, I'm going to talk about this real quick. As I'm looking through this document, there's a lot of things that I started doing that I thought would be a great idea that actually, after I did them for, looks like 2 weeks, I realized they didn't really serve me. It wasn't something I should keep on doing, so I stopped. And I haven't even thought about it since. And that right there is proof that I have found something that I wanted to do and thought it would be cool to do, did it, and realized nah, shit don't work. It doesn't matter. It's too much. It's unnecessary. It doesn't, whatever. One of those being, I tried to keep track of the episode, the date I recorded it, the planned upload date of that episode, and the date I actually uploaded it. And that's a lot of, secretary work when it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter when I recorded it. It's because you can just look at the shit on Spotify. It's going to be about a month off now at this point because, let's see, I think Spotify I think all the places, they just took episode 68 today. Let's double check. bq.POV. Looks like 68 was uploaded today. So that's 68, and this is 96. We're about a month off. And the whole reason for that is because I only uploaded 5 per week, which I think I need to speed it up a little bit so we can catch up. So maybe for the next couple weeks, I'll do 10 a week. I don't know, actually. That's just so... I just want it to be fairly recent. When I uploaded a podcast episode, I want it to be within the last, ideally, day, For sure. So we'll have to speed up the upload process. But I did follow the rule, at least 5 a week. Didn't break that rule. So, man, we got creative with it, huh? Got some chat GPT in this motherfucker? That's crazy. Didn't even worry about a name or a logo or cover art or anything. I just started, man. And here we are at 96. After this, we'll have 2 more to go. Or 3 more to go. Before episode 100. And I've got an outline for episode 100 because I want to cover a lot in that episode. If it's super long, so be it. But, there's a lot of stuff. For example, and I guess this is a snippet. Nobody's listening anyway, so it doesn't matter. So I'm going to go over the rules, why I had the rules, my ultimate goal with the first 100, all that shit. There's so many details in here. It's going to be a long show. How I just got started. I didn't have any other plan. I just wanted to document Live Hard Business. Didn't care about the cover, the name. Didn't even have the best setup. Didn't even have a studio. Don't even have 3 to 5 listeners at the time. Nothing. This for 100 days straight, every single day. Further prove to myself that I absolutely can just start. So there's so many details in all of these little points that I'm making. Did everything through did phase 1 or twice. Second one, yeah, it's just a whole recap of the first 100 episodes, I guess. What I learned, what I'm going to do differently, what I liked, what I didn't like. Because as much as I'm downplaying this so much already, because it's easy to just sit here and talk, but it's more about the commitment to doing it, even when I'm tired of shit or when it's late and I don't have anything to talk about. I figure it out and I talk about something. And hopefully there's value in that, because that is rule 3 or 4. Has to be some kind of takeaway. But I don't know, man. It's been a cool journey. I've had a lot of ups, a lot of downs. Recently, I've had the lowest lows I've ever had during the whole time. But with that, getting that sample order in my hands and trying it, ingesting it, and seeing it. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I used that today. It was great, dude. It was a good, clean energy. I didn't have to shit. My focus was there because the nootropics in there. And I feel like I got a really good pump. I had a really good muscle contraction. I had a lot of mind-muscle connection. And I guess I've never really noticed that before. And perhaps I was squeezing a little bit harder today because it was chest day and I'm trying to be more intentional with my lifts. So many different variables. But, first day using it for real weightlifting felt really good, man. And it tasted good. So I'm very excited with how that is right now. It's very, very cool, man. It's almost surreal to see this shit in real life, I want to talk about something. It's a larger topic, so I'm going to talk about it tomorrow, and I'll probably forget, but it's just about how my baseline now is just so much higher than my baseline when I first started, and yet I'm still just thinking I'm a piece of shit, but I'm just doing so much more now, and that's become the new baseline, and I just realized that today. I've talked about it in similar ways, I guess, in other episodes, but just didn't really realize it, man. So with that being said, I'll talk about that tomorrow if I remember. But that's the show. It's 96, dude. Can't believe we made it this far. That's insane to me. I wanted to quit so bad the other day too, but I didn't. Here we are. Here we fucking are, man. All right. It's 8:20 p.m. Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024. And this has been the third to last final episode of the bq.POV Daily Podcast Show, because I'm changing the name. So, peace.